I know. No.
Hello, welcome back.
Hello.
So before we, dive into things here, we have to apologize for the glitch on YouTube. Some people are speculating it's because the Oscars are live and tweeting, who the fuck is watching the Oscars right now, honestly?
I was going to say why. Yeah, I'm like, why watch the Oscars?
And also, for the very first time in all 3 days, we have a tiny bit of a scheduling glitch. And so we're going to be pushing things by about 5 minutes. So I just want to take this opportunity to introduce both Brian Johnson and Peter Holland, who are part of this film.
Hello.
Welcome to Stephen King Rules, you guys.
Hey, Tony.
Hi,
Hey,
Peter,
guys.
Brian.
Hey, Tony.
Hi, guys. I am so happy to see you guys. We're short on time, so I'm going to get right into it, okay? Brian, we'll start with you. Uncle Otto's Truck is known as a fan favorite. Tell us why you picked that story and why you love it so much.
Well, because I always love the interesting, the mystique of an automobile. You know, it's like Christine. It goes back to Christine. I just love non-human, with human characteristics. So I said I had to take this on. You know, I really had to take it on. And there was so much more we could have done, but we had a schedule for like 6 days, I believe it was. And like anytime you do a film, you look back and go, of all the things I could have done, So we did the best we could in 6 days and made it happen. Made something happen.
Well, it turned out beautifully. It's wonderful and one of the very favorites. Peter, I want our viewers to know we're in the presence of greatness right now because Peter Holland is, yes, yeah. He is in that book as the the best male actor of a Dollar Baby film. Peter, tell our viewers a little bit about your background as an actor and how you got the part for Brian.
Well, a former student of mine recommended that I read for Brian, and Whitney Hodges. It's great when a former drama student of mine and my wife Christina, she's a high school theater teacher, and I was a gypsy actor until about 20 years ago when I got married and we settled down and had a kid and live in Meadows of Dan, Virginia. And I heard about this opportunity to play a Stephen King part, so I had to jump at it. And, we had a wonderful cast and crew, and Brian's got a proposal in, and I hope people can come back. I understand the film is going to be up until midnight, is that right? So people can view the whole thing without glitches, hopefully.
Yeah, we're going to leave this stream up a little bit longer. We're getting messages from all over the place saying that YouTube is completely down, that even Vimeo isn't working. So, the powers that be at I don't know, streaming.
I guess we shut them
It's
down.
a fast conspiracy. It's a conspiracy.
It
is
is.
what it is. You just have to go with it. Okay,
I'm trying to keep it. Yeah, I want to. My goal here is to get the rights to the story to turn this into a feature. That's my goal.
Yes. I hope that happens. I really do. Peter, you are, in my opinion, one of the best Stephen King villains in a story. Did you get any inspiration from his other characters to be a mean Uncle Otto?
Well, I got so much inspiration from the story itself. You wouldn't think that Stephen King would be an acting teacher. But I remember in the window scene, which I don't think you got a chance to see, which is pure King writing, where he says that Otto says to the young narrator that with utter contempt, with infinite contempt. And it made no sense to me what that meant, until I tried it as an actual take. And as soon as I said it with that infinite contempt, that Otto has, that he's better than everybody else, I felt the whole pain of going through that punishment that he was putting himself through. It's just a pleasure to play a part like that, to work with such good literature. And Mr. King, if you're listening, we'd love to do a feature on this. Maybe we've got the heart, and I hope people will come and watch it, tonight, and didn't get a chance to see, all 3 acts of it and how it builds the climax. Well, Tony, you've done such a great job promoting the Dollar Babies and James and Leah. Leah, you're so funny.
Thank
you're
you.
Funny.
Thank you.
Brian's a genius with the camera, and he and I come from a working class background. You know, we're a bunch of old guys just get out there and try to get it done. And hopefully this is a chance for us to. We're also working on a thriller in development, which we hope to film later on. Yeah, Brian, and he makes patios. I saw a Facebook post of him making these beautiful patio for his wife Tricia, who's recovering from back surgery and hopefully will feel better much sooner.
Yes.
Any idea?
Brian,
Go ahead, Tony.
Real quickly, tell us a little bit about the truck special effects. Can you give us a little insight on how you did some of those truck special effects?
Well, some of them were practical. As a matter of fact, most of it was practical. We had cameras mounted to the truck, and that's a real fire. And Peter is actually on the hood of the car. So
a shout out.
Yeah, go ahead, Peter.
Shout out to Chris Tenney. Chris Tenney, who was the assistant camera operator and the stunt driver. He was actually laying on the floorboard of the truck, driving it with me on top. And Brian made me circle around and around the fire about 5 million times he had the shot, but he just wanted to punish me. That's all.
I'm a stark believer. I'm a stark believer in practical effects, if possible, obviously. I try to do less CGI or in computer stuff as possible. I'm coming from a practical effects background, so basically, I just told Peter to hang on.
Yeah. When was this filmed? Because it looks very. I used to live in the Carolinas, right where you guys are, and was that summertime, late summer? Where was that? Where was it filmed, and when was it?
Yeah, we filmed it. I live in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and I filmed this up in Hillsville, Virginia, and also in here, not too far from Wilmington, a little town called Supply, North Carolina, the beach stuff, the lowland areas that you see there. We filmed it there, and so quite a few locations. So the North Carolina, Virginia, just it's a beautiful backdrop for any kind of feature film, whether it be thriller or drama or whatever. So I do a lot of shooting here in these states.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And Peter, you did a lot of physical stuff in this film. What was the challenge for you as far as dealing with fire and makeup and all kinds of stuff? What was your challenge for some of the things you did in the film?
Surviving it. We filmed the big fire scene. He has a den on my landlord's property, and half the town of Meadows of Dan, Virginia, came out to watch, the event, and so I was off of the truck, and my sister-in-law said to my wife, "Is he okay? Did they practice that?" And she said, "Yeah, I guess so. I guess they practiced that." So
what I loved about Peter, he is a method actor. I mean, he just said, "Let's do this. I'm willing." He's just a beautiful person.
Oh, I'm old and desperate.
Yeah.
And since you brought that up, Peter, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to ask you this. Were you an actor at a young age, or did you start acting in your retirement age, or when did you start acting?
No, I was a very little boy, and like Brian, I was an only child. I have a half sister that I didn't grow up. I spent a lot of time reading books, and imagining I was other places and other people, and then, did theater in high school. I just love the work, I just love pretending to be other people, and I really love working with young people. Really enjoy teaching and yeah.
I guess we're pressed for time real quick, so I'm just going to ask you this real quick. Where is the truck now?
Oh, good question.
What happened to the truck?
Well, Daniel Monday owns the truck, and shout out to him for loaning it to us. It's a 1966 International truck. It just appeared by magic, and it's working, isn't it, Brian? It's on a farm somewhere working, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
It's a working vehicle.
Yes, I'm ready to go another 10 rounds with the truck. Come on.
If you get the movie deal, If you get the movie version of this, will you bring that same truck back?
Yeah, we need to
More
buy
than
that.
likely, yes. I have a location here in South Carolina where we're going to do this thriller we're talking about. It is probably the most iconic location for a Stephen King film that you will find, bar none. It is absolutely a fortress full of old movie props from going back 20 years ago in about 5 acres of land. It is,
Wow.
Lots of
it's
scary
mind-blowing.
mannequins.
It's
Lots
with
of mannequins
mannequins,
everywhere.
old movie cars. It is incredible, and that's
Awesome.
if we could, it's awesome. I mean, it would be a location like none other.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I just want to say thank you so much, guys, for being here today. Both of you. You know me personally. I love you both very much. Great job on
Love
the
you,
film.
Tony.
And thanks for being here, truly.
And before you go, I have to read
Yeah.
it. Your haiku from Derry Public Radio.
Yes.
A derelict truck, an old man's guilty conscience. Who is watching who? And obviously, they gave you 5 blue chambray shirts for it.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you so much. And I apologize that we have to
Thank
cut
you.
things short.
When's it going to
Yes,
air
well,
again
thank you
tonight?
very much.
Do you know?
People will be able to.
Do you know when it's going to air again?
It's actually what we're going to do is just leave the.
It'll be up till 12, right?
We're going to leave. Yeah, we're going to leave the live stream up until midnight Pacific time, so your film can be rewatched.
Potentially other people's films could be rewatched. We're just going to leave that live stream up so that everyone will get a chance to see
I have a
anything they
theory.
missed.
Maybe it was like the nude scenes that like they had to censor at YouTube and they had to like cut it. You think the nude scenes are gone, Brian? Like anybody wants to see that?
Yeah, you really.
Oh my
Yeah, you
God.
guys you really missed out on some of the best parts of Peter's performance. You really
We're
did.
so sorry. I think that everyone should angry tweet YouTube. We have to, unfortunately,
We will.
say goodbye to you, lovely, lovely gentlemen. Thank you so much for being here in such a great
Thank
film.
you.
Bye, you guys.
Thank you so much.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye, Tony.
Bye,
See you,
guys.
Tony.